And this is my collaborative partner, which
Susan Martell.
Susan Martell.
Names don't matter in creativity, right?
Yeah, I know. Leave me a chance. So some of the common questions that I got yesterday were about the texture that's on this painting. This is all done with the paste.
Whoa.
Paste. But it's done in different applications. So sometimes it's piped.
Be careful with the size. I'll try to move it.
So maybe you can hear me a little better because I know I'm not going to touch it. So it's all done with paste, but the paste is done in different applications. Sometimes it's piped, you know, like they do the cake decorating. I drive my husband crazy because I'm like, oh, this. Sometimes it's put on with a palette knife, or like the petals are put on separately. So I put them on a plastic lid and I let them dry for 3 days. And then you pick them up and you mold them, and then you let them dry for another day.
Wow.
And then but you're making like 200 petals at a time. And only like,
Is that all just 200, huh?
Yeah. And then the winners, you know, the winners go on. So the paste is a big part of that. And then there's also rhinestones and other elements in there to kind of give her like a little spark, a little life.
Yeah.
So this is titled Alan of the Ways, and Alan of the Ways is someone who is going to guide you to your next journey, whatever your journey may be, whatever belief system that you have. And so when I saw her read her poem, it was amazing how, because we really don't talk beforehand. So her interpretation was exactly what I would want as an artist. So it's beautiful. So please go ahead.
You deserve, it's her, as far as writing.
So as I looked at the artwork and was trying to decide which one I would like to pick, I knew Juju's work, and it's always stunning. The butterflies, and I've seen a number of your paintings over the years, and I thought, nobody has taken that yet? Well, I think I'll do that. But I didn't know who Ellen of the Ways was, and so I did a little research online before I wrote the poem, and she is considered today to be a spirit, possibly originally a real person, could have been a saint, that, you know, all of these, but kind of the spirit of the animals and of the roads, the ways. So I titled my poem the same as the painting. It's called Ellen of the Ways. I stride eternal through the wild living wood, millennia in my eyes, the evil and good. The paths seen and unseen, I wander them yet, through the mystical forests that rustle, beset, with tiny creatures who trust in my hand, and large ones I shield from the wants of man. Soul paths are rocky, I wander those too. Seek me for solace, I will hear you. In this wooded world I embrace all who seek the sweet wind of soul where the divine ever speaks.
Whoa.
That I can take and put into a shape. I look for words that produce an image in my mind that I can convey to this canvas. So her poem, she talks about twinkling. She talks about her soul. The body may age and wrinkle, but as she looks back at who she was, the child she was before, the children from her past, she's still young. So she is loving the child she used to be, the child that she remembers. Her body's aging, the child in her mind does not, and it makes her happy. So as this is coming down, you see the twinkling stars coming down from the star the child is swinging on. The child will ever be eternally happy and young. Though she may age, she's still loving what she was and where things have been. It comes down and wraps and embraces her memories of how her youth was. Doesn't mean her youth was perfect, but she is remembering the things that made her happy. The outer world sees her body, how we are now as we age, but up here, I personally will always see the child I used to be. The running, the being free, the swinging, all the joy of freedom of a child. So when I read her poem, instantly I had 3 visions hop into my head. Now this is the one I wound up doing. It's a little more, it's not totally realistic. I didn't want it to be. I wanted it to be a little more dream state. So this is my painting of her poem, and I loved the poem.
Thank you,
So
Karen.
now
Poem that's based on her beautiful painting. I'll let you describe what inspired you first.
I love clouds. I love the fact, I guess when I'm looking at clouds, I start drifting and dreaming, which is the title of this piece, Drifting and Dreaming. If I could, I would fly up here and float. Just lay back on my and float and drift and dream. Part of this also is remembering scenes from when I used to live in South Louisiana. It's not all bayous, it's not all cypress trees. You do have areas that are marshy. And I did spend a lot of time in boats, drifting along, dreaming of a fish to please jump on that line. But if you look, and here's what really floored me. 2 things, Barry.
Yes.
When I read your poem, I thought, wow, you must have been seeing through something when I was painting this, because you're so spot on
Wow.
interpreting it. And the second thing I thought was, wow, it's short. I only know Barry's poems from the years I've done this. Barry's a storyteller. Even though it was short, it was still a lovely story. So that's why I'm poking a little jab at it. I know from the past, they've been really long.
It's true, it's true.
But I was so,
Thank you.
I loved what you did. So he wrote about this. He interpreted this. I want you to hear his beautiful words.
Oh, thank you, Karen. That's so beautiful. Well, this work was a journey for me because I grew up in the Maryland and Delmarva Peninsula, and the salt marshes look really similar to that. But when I talked to you and you told me you grew up in Louisiana, I kind of put the bayou theme in there, but it's really the salt marshes.
Yes.
Yeah. So when I was about half done with this poem when unfortunately everything started to go down in Minnesota, and when Renee Good was shot, and then it was Alex Preddy, and I thought I wanted to really work current events into the poem and say something about how do we deal with that when the world's kind of crashing down around us, and so when you listen to my poem, keep that in mind, that this is somebody that maybe has to go out in a fishing boat to make a living or get food for his family, but he's also dealing with a world kind of crashing down around him. So I named this poem Drifting and Dreaming.